Hello and welcome to Thursday. I remembered the day today. So Headspace is a little bit better today, adjusting to this whole self-isolation thing, and also I have a plan which I think is helping my headspace. So I'm in here. What else can I do? I'm gonna go to space. Space! Tim Curry is the best. He is the best. What do I mean by that? Well, first of all, what happened yesterday? I don't know why I started going down the elastic beanstalk route with Amazon. I've spun up since then. I've spun up just a simple EC2 instance. So I've wrapped my head around a little bit more about what's going on there, and it was an interesting thing to look at initially because elastic beanstalk it essentially supports a highly available file system that can be shared across a number of instances. So once I get to the point in time where scalability for these things is a problem, or is something that I need to consider more, then yeah, it's absolutely something that I'll be looking at. But both Elastic Beanstalk and Heroku, not good options for what I want to do, which is be able to write temporary files to the file system and serve them. Heroku, it warns really clearly in its documentation, don't do this, don't do it, because every 24 hours we will reboot your app and it will lose its temporary file system, it all makes sense. So that's all working now. It's serving up files. I think I'll probably put together just a very quick sanity check intent in the bounty hunter skill, where it goes and just serves one of those files just to verify that it can do what it should be doing. But that's all done. That's all done, which is pretty awesome. So what I'm going to be doing now, I'm going to sit down this afternoon and I'm going to start planning out assets, because I'm doing dynamic audio here. I've verified that I can get PyDub and Flask working. What I want to do now is I want to play with the bounty hunter experience. I want to reshape it a little bit. And I want to use that as my testbed for dynamic audio for a couple of reasons. One, first and foremost, just because it's fun. It's fun. And I want to do something fun at the moment. Like everything that, let me rephrase that, because that sounds like I'm getting down on the work I'm doing. Everything I'm doing here I love. But I mean, the idea of going to space and playing pew-pews, yeah, that sounds like a lot of fun. And so I'm going to sit down and do some sound design for that, and I'm going to put together a script. That's what I will be doing. I will be recording vocals and putting a bunch of sound design in, but first of all comes planning assets around that, and that's what I'm going to spend the rest of my week doing. I want to play with that, and I want to beef it up. And I also want to do this because I think that, well, actually, yeah, there's a couple of reasons. One is I think that this is the clearest hook. This skill has the clearest hook for demonstrating the emotional buy-in for this. I looked back on the stats and I don't know if it's just that I shared it on Facebook and people were looking at it and were like, oh yeah, okay, I get it. But when I shared the passcode proof of concept, that was the most highly viewed video that I'd put together so far. So I think there's a real hook here to show like what this can do. So I'm going to play with dynamic audio with this, and I'm not sure about this, but I think that there is a fighting chance that I'm actually not going to end up going down the path of using Fmod or Wise. Now, if you've hit your gobbledygook quotient, then you have a great day, and I love you, and thank you so much for watching this video. But if you want to hang on, here's why. The only thing that allows you to play background audio at the moment is the SkillFlow Builder. It's the only way in the APIs that you can play background Atmos as well as foreground audio without baking it into the audio yourself. SkillFlow Builder is an interesting tool, but if you want to do anything other than what it's meant to do, which is scene-based interaction, you've got to shoehorn it in. And that's not really what I want to do. So I don't want to go down that path. Now, I think that there's a lot that can be done. And this goes back to, this is a really interesting conversation I had, good Lord, start of this year, late last year, with Ed Harradine, who's an awesome Melbourne-based game dev. And he was talking about an experience where it played standard assets to you, and there was this click in the sound design that happened at the same point every time in what was happening. This is not an Alexa skill, this is completely separate, but it's related to dynamic audio. So I think that there's a lot of bang for buck that I can get here with just things like, say for example, if you are firing a weapon and your ship has been damaged and there's warning klaxons, instead of that warning klaxon kicking in with the vocals at the same point every time, so that you get the experience of, yes, Captain, boot, firing boot, ion lasers, you get the point, firing ion cannon, whatever the weapon is, that hitting at the same point every time in the vocals, if that's different, even if just that is different, I think that there's some mileage there. Because the only thing I can do really with F model wise that can help with an Alexa experience is pre-bake soundscapes, and that's not nothing. But I think I need to follow that through line of keep it simple first and go down that path. So that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing, at least for the rest of this week. I'm going to build up the sound around that experience, and I'm going to tweak the experience a little bit as well in terms of its behavior. So this will be a way of giving it a bit of a shakedown. And given that I'm coming to the end, just checking time there to make sure that I'm still recording. Given that I am getting to the end of this project, I think it might not be a bad idea at all to have this proof of concept being sort of the thing that I can trot out. Now, the other reason why I want to do this as well is this also lets me play more with the Discord integration, which is in place now. Yeah, remember? I've got that working. So now I can play with that some more as well. And so that gives me a compelling example to sort of show folks like what you can do with this stuff. So yeah, so that's the plan. Have a wonderful day. I hope that you are safe and I hope that you are well. And I look forward to talking to you tomorrow and maybe being able to show you some stuff, but who knows? Talk to you then. Bye.